Here's how you know a relationship is a good relationship for you. It makes you feel better about yourself, not worse. It makes you feel more loved. So if you are not getting those things, it's a relationship you can't be in.
Here is today's case.
I'm tired of my husband asking me 99 questions every time I come home.
I can't trust Bianca because she called another man behind my back.
My husband is so controlling, he have secretly planted hidden cameras all over the house.
I am not controlling, and I believe every marriage should be ran by the Bible.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, for the first time on Divorce Court, we have a virtual audience, and it's filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Emmanuel from the Congo.
Hello, Emmanuel. Welcome to Divorce Court. We're so happy to have you with us today.
Your Honor, today's case is Weaver versus Kelly.
Thank you, Ann. Bianca Weaver.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought your husband, Darnell Kelly,
Yes, Your Honor.
to court today. The two of you have been married for 11 months, and you are already in divorce court.
Yes, Your Honor.
I understand there have been a number of issues in the relationship, ma'am, and you say if you don't see a change, you're ready to call it quits.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll start with you. Why don't you give me some background?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm bringing my husband to divorce court because he's very controlling.
And the two of you met 4 years ago?
Yes, that's correct. Your
And
Honor.
you married 11 months ago,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you didn't see the control prior to you getting married 11 months ago?
Not at all, Your Honor, not at all.
What do you have to say, Mr. Kelly?
I don't feel that I'm controlling.
Why do you believe you're here today, sir?
I'm here today because she doesn't submit and she doesn't obey according to the word of the Bible. I feel if we, on that level of the Bible, I feel that the marriage should go the way it should go.
Okay.
The Bible says you should love, honor, and obey.
Was she obeying you before you got married?
Yes, Your Honor.
No.
She was.
Yes, Your Honor.
No, not at all. No. No, Your Honor. No.
So prior to getting married, she was not only submissive, but she was obeying you.
Right.
Give me an example of how you say she obeyed you prior to getting married.
I would suggest things, and then she says okay and stuff like that, and I actually do things. She had no problem with it.
That is not true.
And then after we got married, we had problems. I actually do this and do that, and she'd say, no, she's not doing it.
So, and according to you, if she says no to something
Right.
she asks you to do, she is going against your biblical principles.
Right.
Okay. Ms. Weaver,
Yes,
what's
Your Honor.
going on? He said you're not submitting, you're not obeying, and that's what you agreed to do when you married him. What's happening here?
That's not true. When we met in 2016, we were just friends.
How did you meet?
We met at a party. He was DJing. Very nice guy.
I did not expect Mr. Kelly to be a DJ.
Okay.
From everything I
Right.
heard, I just knew you were going to say Mr. Kelly was a minister of the gospel.
Come
But no,
on now,
he's the DJ.
Mr. Biblical. Yes, my point exactly. When I met him, he was DJing. He was very nice. I was like, this party is very boring. I need you to turn it up.
So he's a DJ, but not a good one.
Yes, pretty much.
What songs you ask him to play?
I asked him to play Back That Thing Up.
Ooh.
Because that's going to get the party going.
That's
Come
true.
on now.
That's true.
I need to back it
That's
up. He was like, here, go to iPad, pick whatever song you want. And I was like, oh, thank you.
So he did not tell you, stay in your place.
Not at
Woman,
all.
you don't get to make requests at this party?
Not at all. So we picked up a friendship and, you know, it developed over 3 years.
Over the course of 3 years, that's
yes.
a long time
Yes,
to
Your
get to
Honor.
know someone before you
Yes.
decide to get married.
Yes.
Did you see this side of him? Did you hear him talking about being a submissive and
Not at
obedient
all.
wife?
Not
that
at
never
all.
came up.
Nope, never came up. None of that.
When do you say that changed?
That changed once we moved in together. He said, we got to hurry up and get married, first of all,
Why?
because it's in the Bible.
Is that your reason for rushing to get married, sir? She said you rushed.
No, that wasn't the reason. It's the reason we were living together. In my spirit, it was bad for a person to be shacked up. So I feel we have to make a decision. We're going to either be married or you live in your place, so I live in mine.
So
That's
that
the only-
part of the Bible, at that point in your relationship, when you decided to shack up, You were able to disregard that part of the Bible at that moment.
Right.
Exactly.
But now
Oh,
you
my
want to bring it back
goodness.
to the equation when she doesn't submit.
Oh, my
Right.
goodness.
When you were shacking, did you have a conversation with her about what kind of wife you wanted her to be?
No, I didn't.
Mr. Kelly, have you been married before?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
Twice.
So this is your third marriage.
It's my
Come
third.
You're
on.
already
now.
in divorce court after 11 months.
Right?
Not going too well for you, sir.
No, it's not going too well for me.
Your Honor.
So, Miss Weaver,
goodness.
when do you say things changed?
Oh, right away. First thing I noticed is he put cameras in the house. I understand a camera outside for intruders, but why do we need a camera inside the house?
He had a discussion with you about this?
No, he did not.
So, how did you discover that there were cameras in the house?
One day when I was cleaning up, and I happened to look up in the corner, and I was like, okay, that's a camera. So he didn't tell me before putting the cameras up, it's a camera right here, just so you know, and it picks up the volume and everything going on in the room. I'm sitting there with a friend one day, and we're talking, and she starts going into her private life about her boyfriend. And I said, wait, let me stop you. It's a camera right there.
Did you have a conversation with your husband about it?
Yes, I
How
asked
did you
him.
recognize that there was a camera and you hadn't noticed it before?
That's
Like
not
I said, I
true.
was cleaning up, and I happened to look up, and I saw the camera in the corner. And I thought, wow, he could at least told me. Every time I leave the home, this is what I have to go through. 99 questions anytime I go somewhere. I'm like, oh my goodness, calm down. I'm an adult.
Are you asking her all these questions, sir?
I should know where she's at, because it's my right to know where she's going, because I'm a husband.
How far along in the marriage were you when you say you discovered this camera?
I discovered this camera after living in the home for like 2 months.
You go and you have a conversation with Mr. Kelly about it, I assume.
Yes.
And what does he tell you? What's the conversation?
He admitted that he has cameras, hidden cameras.
In the
not just
home?
Cameras in the home. And there's evidence to show.
Okay, let me see your evidence before I have a conversation with Mr. Kelly about this.
Thank you.
Buying hidden cameras and stuff like that.
I get it, that's what I do.
Why did you buy a hidden camera?
Because I do that.
Work?
I do that around my house. I have cameras.
This is our house.
Alright.
Okay, you saying you got cameras around here everywhere. What? How am I supposed to feel? That's monitoring.
Mr. Kelly, why did you put up cameras in your home and not tell Miss Weaver? What is your reason?
My reason?
Yes.
It's for security.
Okay, why is your wife not included in your decision to put the cameras up
Because
inside
they
of
was
the
put
home?
up before we got married.
Okay. What
So
about
while
the
she was
hidden ones?
living there are cameras. Where are the
Your Honor?
cameras located?
It's just right there in the dining room.
Okay.
Where's the hidden cameras?
There's no
So
hidden camera.
if she was there before, when the two of you were shacking up, as you said,
Right.
then she should have known,
Right.
right?
No,
about the
clock.
clocks?
The clock.
What are the
that's
clocks?
Not even hooked up.
Evidence shows, see all the clocks? Okay. Also, earlier, you saw the camera in the box. That's a hidden digital clock camera. Came in the mail. See that white box? In that that's the hidden clock camera.
You know, you have a right to install cameras in your home, sir, but you have to understand that people have a right to privacy.
Yes.
It's bizarre.
Control
And
it.
in some places, it may very well be illegal because people have a right to privacy. They have a right to know there are certain places you
Yes.
simply cannot put cameras. So that's why I'm asking you, where are you putting these cameras? Now, you have
I
it,
put
she
it right there
sees that.
protecting my wife. Not
From who,
no.
you?
Intruders.
From intruders.
Right. Anybody come in, I can always have, they could be right there on the camera.
So are you really protecting her or are you trying to watch her?
No, I'm just trying to protect her. I'm not trying to watch her.
You came into court today.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you told me you are all about the biblical principles.
Yes, ma'am.
Day one of Bible school was thou shalt not lie.
Yes, ma'am.
So I asked you a simple
Honor.
question
Yes, ma'am.
about you
Yes,
installing
yes, Your
the
Honor.
cameras. Would you like to answer that question again?
I saw the cameras just for protection. I'm protecting my wife, not trying to be controlling.
It is bizarre that you would install hidden cameras in your home and not tell your wife.
But they're not hitting.
Okay.
They're not hitting.
So let me ask you
ordered them,
something.
though.
Why would you buy a hidden camera that goes in a clock? Why did you purchase that?
Because I seen it online and I thought I just wanted it.
Why? I've lost friends behind
So
it.
if it's not a hidden camera, how is it security if someone sees it if they come in?
Because if they come through the front door, they break in, alarm goes off, right? And the camera is right there, then they'll see it and they'll run out.
Okay. So you find out about the cameras.
Yes, Your Honor.
You see that he has ordered a hidden camera
Yes, Your
that
Honor.
goes in a clock. What's been going on since you made these discoveries?
99 questions anytime I go somewhere. I only go to like family to visit. And I get the 3rd degree just on a visit.
And you submitted evidence
I submitted
of this
evidence.
questioning to court today?
Yes. This is Darnell's checklist. Every time I leave the home, this is what I have to go through.
I'll take a look at it.
Tired of it. 1, where are you going? 2, how long will you be out? 3, what time will you be home? 4, who were you with? 5, why didn't you answer my call 5 minutes ago? I'm like, oh my goodness, calm down. I'm an adult.
Are you asking her all these questions, sir?
I should know where she's at all times, because anything can happen.
Well, you know where she's at all times when she's home because you have surveillance. But you're talking about when she leaves the house.
Right. So I want to know, because it's my right to know where she's going, because I'm her husband. Well, she went through my phone and she called somebody.
Miss Weaver, did you get a number out of his phone and call it?
I did.
Why?
It was 2 in the morning on a work night. It wasn't even a weekend, so.
Do you know why this person was calling at 2 o'clock in the morning? Perhaps it was a deacon at the church? If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
Your Honor, he threw a fit talking about you changed your password on your phone. I was like, I never gave you my password. So if you had my password, it's because either you heard me give it to my son, you know, you were eavesdropping. So the minute I changed my password, it was a problem. He said,
actually, Miss Weaver, he has you on tape. So he knows your password.
Oh, yes.
And so I'm gonna have to ask you, Miss Weaver, you're telling me prior to marrying Mr. Kelly 11 months ago, you had absolutely no idea about any of this?
No.
How long did the two of you date this last time around before you married him?
We dated a short time.
What's short?
Short is like 3 months.
Okay.
Although we knew each other as friends, but the courting was very short.
3 months.
Yes.
That's unfortunate for you, Miss Weaver.
Tell me about it.
Mr. Kelly, what's going on with the passcode, sir?
When we got together, I said, there's nothing hidden. So let's exchange passwords, except passwords, right, on our phones and everything. And we did that, okay? So one day I just checked it and she had changed hers. But she went through my phone. I said, that's fine, you can go through my phone, right? Because we're married. She went through there. Well, she went through my phone and she called somebody. And my friend called me and said, hey, Darnell, said, your wife called me. I said, what's she doing calling you? Right? So I go home and I said, hey, look. I said, why did you go through my phone? You could have waited till I got here and I could have called that person. Oh, I wanted to know who it was, didn't have a name by it.
Miss Weaver, did you get a number out of his phone and call it?
I did.
Why?
It was 2 in the morning on a work night. It wasn't even a weekend.
So who was it?
There was no name. So that sparked my curiosity is because there was no name attached to it. So if someone's calling at 2 in the morning, I would think it would be, you know, family, emergencies. So who is this friend calling at 2 in the morning? And since I'm being watched and I'm under surveillance, I decided, okay, if you're gonna accuse me, then you might have something to hide. So that's what made me look at his phone that one time. And I text the person, I said, hey, who is this? And they text back. But the name, it was like unisex, I guess you can call it. I didn't know if it was a male or female. So at that point, I called. And once I heard the male voice, I was like, oh, okay, this is my husband's phone, he's asleep.
Okay.
You know, that's
why
all
was
I
this person,
said.
Do you know why this person was calling at 2 o'clock in the morning? Perhaps it was a deacon at the church reaching out?
It could have been a deacon of the church.
Why was this person calling at 2 o'clock in the morning, sir?
Yes, why?
He's a truck driver.
Sketchy.
Right? And sometimes he'll just call, right?
Okay. So that wasn't an issue. But
Right.
here we are, 11 months.
Right.
post the marriage, sir, and you're
Right.
in divorce court for the
Right.
third time. Now, Mr. Kelly, I'm gonna tell you something. There's one common denominator in all these divorces you've been having, and that's you. It is a big deal for your wife to find out that there's a camera in the home that she didn't know about. If you want to put up cameras to protect, for security, for all those reasons, the fact that you did not tell her, even if it's out in the open, is hidden to her because you didn't tell her. She
Yes, Your Honor.
recorded you. You didn't know you were being recorded when she confronts you about the cameras. She said, why do you have these hidden cameras? You respond, this is what I do. This is what I do. This is my house. I can put up cameras in my house. That is extremely problematic for you. That is bizarre.
It's wrong.
That you would put up cameras and not tell your own wife who lives
That's
in the
not
home
true.
with you. And sir, it
Yes,
is
it
creepy.
is.
It is unbecoming of a husband. You want to talk about what marriage is really about, sir? It's about a partnership. It's not about you getting a wife so you can own them, tell them what to do, and watch and track their every move in your house without you telling them that you're recording them.
There was no recording, Your Honor.
Mr.
Yes.
Kelly, are there children in the home?
Yes, there's one.
Okay, I'm gonna give you some advice today, sir. This is not gonna work out for you. You're gonna
Yes,
be
Your
on
Honor.
marriage number 4 very soon with this creepy behavior you're exhibiting in your home.
Please pay attention.
You understand?
Pay
Yes, Your
attention.
Honor.
So if you want to own property, buy you property, but slavery is over. You don't own people anymore. She came into the marriage a free woman. That is who she is.
Yes, Your
If that's not what you want, then find you somebody who wants to submit the way you want them to submit. But that is not Miss Weaver.
Yes, Your Honor. No, she's ashamed of my last name. She don't want to be married anyway.
Excuse me?
This is my shocked face. Miss Weaver, what are you going to do going forward after court today, ma'am?
We need help because I'm stressed out. And out of all my relationships, it's a lot of stress to the point where I can barely focus. I don't even want to talk to my children sometime because I'm stressed out dealing with my marriage. Camera, surveillance, tracking devices.
Miss
on
Weaver,
my
I'm gonna tell you
phone.
something. I'm gonna interrupt you for a second
Okay.
because you've been married for 11 months. This is supposed to be your honeymoon phase. And the fact that you all have had these huge issues, because this is a big deal. This is a big deal. The fact that you are now here in divorce court after only 11 months, I'm gonna tell you something. If you ignore the red flags in the beginning, those will be the same red flags that will be demise for you in the end. So you have a lot of thinking, a lot of soul searching to do. But the fact that the two of you have ended up here now in this court over these issues, Mr. Kelly is set in his ways. I don't think you're going to see any sweeping changes from
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Kelly. And his lack of trust under the guise of being biblical is even worse because he is trying to use the Bible as a sword to disrespect your relationship, but as a shield to absolve himself from responsibility. Good luck to both of you.
When it comes to Judge Faith verdict, she was right. She was right, and I'm listening to her advice. I'm taking it very seriously.
Well, I didn't use the Bible as a sword or anything like that. I used it as in the basics of a relationship between a husband and wife.
I do love Darnell, so I will say, I'm thinking we need counseling.